the corner of Adams and Maple. So to get your tickets and to learn more, you can log on to WWLTV.com and click on links. So if you're a guy out there looking to spice it up in the new year, don't be afraid of color and maybe switch it up with the denim. April?
Yes, thanks so much, Chiba. When it comes to making a fitness goal for yourself and for your family in the new year, you may want to check out what the Department of Health and Human Resources has to say. They're releasing some new guidelines for Americans of all ages. And today, fitness and nutrition expert Mackie Shilstone is here to break it down all for us. I am all for this. I love stats, especially when it comes to health and wellness, and I know you're a geek. Well, like me too. It's a geek in a good way.
Well, that's all right. I've been called a lot worse.
I'm adding myself in there with you.
Well,
anyway, on to the more important things, Mackie.
You know that you and I talk about, and we show safe and effective exercise. Yeah. We talk about nutrition. But the real question is, how much do we need? How much do we need on a daily basis? How much do we need in a week? And the government has had guidelines for this, but they've just been updated. And here, take a look at what we're talking about. Let's start out with kids 3 to 5 years of age. They need to be physically active throughout the day. Now, notice the graduation. With age 6 to 17, it's 60 minutes or more of moderate to vigorous physical activity. Well, we'll talk about what moderate to vigorous means in a second. Yeah. But what that equates to in terms of movement, a little girl or a girl between those ages needs 12,000 steps in a day, and a young boy or young man, well, a little boy and an adolescent needs 10,000 steps in a day.
Which seems like a lot, but for kids, that's so easy to be able to achieve.
Well, it is, and you do games. I wrote a book a number of years ago called Body Plan for Kids. We turned it into games. Now, let's go a little further because there's some criteria. What we need to talk about is for someone that is older, someone like me needs to really have, adults need at least 150 to 300 minutes a week of moderate intensity exercise. What do they mean by moderate? That means not necessarily breaking a sweat. It could be walking on a treadmill from 2 to 4 miles per hour, or they need 75 to 150 minutes a week of vigorous exercise. That would be running, that would be carrying heavy groceries, that would be anything of that nature. Remember, that's in a week. Now, for people that are older, the rule is we want to add in about balance training. Yes. That might be jumping rope. For adults, they need muscle strengthening 2 or more times a week. That's kind of things, body weight or tubing or weight training. Older adults need balance training. That might be as simple as dancing or jumping rope. Here's what's been added about pregnant and postpartum women. At least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. Again, talking with your OBGYN on that.
Yes, and I love this because a lot of pregnant women think that when they're pregnant or even postpartum that it's immediately no exercise whatsoever. And they can do things, it's just they need to be able to make it a little bit easier than what they were doing before.
Well, they do, but the key is all about movement. Now, I will tell you, from the standpoint of intensity, it's measured by METs, and if you want to learn about a metabolic equivalent, there's a website. The government publishes all this data. It's at WWLTV.com, links on for. It goes to the website, which is
Tell us the website.
health.gov/PA guidelines.
Okay, perfect. Well, guys, for more information on these healthy guidelines, you can always log on to WWL.com and just click on links. Dave?